Hello, Audrey.
Hello, Germán.
Hello, everyone. I hope that you are having a good time. We're having a beautiful time in Denmark. This week has been amazing. If you're at home, probably you're waiting for this moment. If you're not, if you're having a drink, having a coffee with friends outside, I dare you to do this lesson. To stop whatever you're doing. You can continue drinking and having do whatever you want with the coffee and do some tango. But we're really hope that we are having a good time enjoying the weather also too, and having tango with us.
Yes, so today it's a continuity of the week of Boleo plus planeo. So we're going to do an exercise to start, and we're going to start without shoes.
Yes,
Can you see my
no
feet?
shoes,
No
no shoes.
shoes.
Oh, I can't even
Uh,
stretch. There we go.
so we're going to
That's my
start with
flexibility right there.
we're gonna start without shoes, and then yeah, we're gonna continue what has been done with the other teacher in a way, but in just a bit different way, right? So it is very good material you have here because you can really follow a full week of a nice theme. So yes, we're gonna start with an exercise.
Yes, exactly. Let's kick off with this first exercise. This exercise, we were talking a little bit with Audrey before we starting the live stream, and a few words came through really interesting. It's a little bit about exploring the limit and also about confidence, to make sure that we feel confident with our partner, knowing how much energy we're using in our step. Yeah? So it's going to be really easy, and actually it's really fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to imagine that we're going to get a little bit closer. There we go. We can imagine that we're in a kind of ocho situation. If you were watching our videos last week, we did the same exercise. Making sure that we're really comfortable here. We're going to come a little bit closer because we only need to show the upper body. So if you can see, we're going to rotate a little bit. We have some contact here. Yeah. But we're not, sorry, we're going to turn. I'm not pulling Audrey towards me. I'm just standing there. You see?
The same here. I'm not pulling him. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's fine. Yeah, that's why we don't pull each other, because we
Yeah.
pull our axis off, and we don't want to do that while dancing, right? So it has to be really comfortable, organic, ergonomic. Yeah, we're just turning around so you can see 360.
There is still a contact, of course. It's not like your hand and all this part of your body is, of course, in a contact with your partner. It's slight, but it's still there. It has a presence, let's say.
Yeah, and you can do the same to the other side. Now, imagining what we're gonna do is we're gonna imagine that we have only the open side of the embrace. Yeah, so we work equally, and we're gonna do the same. We're gonna turn so you can see that we have contact. That little bit, it's more than enough. Yeah, and we turn around so you can see the whole thing. So we're gonna work with these two positions. Yeah. The idea is to create, again, we go to the first one, now with the tango embrace. And I'm gonna ask Audrey to step on my foot. See, both foot are together, so if I lift, she lifts. And we have contact, so we're working with our balance together here, right? And what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna project a step together, trying to reach the limit, as we said before. Make sure that you're putting a little bit of weight down there. Yes, we're both doing that. I don't know if you can see it.
Yes.
Yes, you can see it. We're
Here.
putting weight there, boom. But we haven't transferred. We don't transfer yet. We don't want to transfer.
Yeah.
We want to find the limit. Sorry, we rewind. We want to find the limit yet on this axis here, not there, right? And it's really fun because we have a lot of content that feels really safe and confident. Yeah? Really good. We're going to get closer and
Yes.
do it so you can see the upper body. The feet doesn't matter that much, but we still have contact here, leg with leg. And we're really together expanding. So you see how big we're growing in our movement without transferring. Yeah? I hope you can see it clearly there. Nice.
Yes.
Whew.
It is actually, remember when you're a kid and you always want to dance on the foot of maybe your parents.
That you were doing this?
Yeah, it's always very nice and fun. I mean, every kind of kids, or hopefully maybe, have experienced that. And if you have not, do it now.
Yeah,
Please.
actually, we're trying always to create exercise out of games because first of all, the game is universal. It's really as easy to catch up. It's really easy to understand and to transmit. And at the same time, it always has something we're learning. There's something underlying the games that we can use afterwards for our serious tango, right? Good. So we try to the other side. On this side of the embrace, contact with the foot, boom, and the same idea. Trying to expand as much as we can our steps. Yeah, my legs are burning a little bit because I trained too much yesterday, but I'm fine. Yeah, so again, we're putting weight there. I don't know if you can see, but we put a little bit of weight there. We haven't transferred. You can try to transfer a little bit to see what happens. But what we want is to find this limit, confident and together.
Yes. And the weight that we put a bit on there, it's also because it helps, of course, to keep our feet of movement, our connection together. If you're too light, let's say, if you don't put enough weight, you will lose. I will definitely lose the connection to what he's proposing. So that's why we put also a bit of weight to go really together and follow, and then push your own limits. Yeah.
Exactly. It creates a wave, some sort of connection because we're projecting together and it's really clear because we have the contact.
Yeah.
Of course, when we're dancing tango, we're not stepping on each other's feet. No, don't do that. Yeah. But as an exercise, and with no shoes when we're home, it's really productive, I would say, and helpful to connect that energy, because it's going to be really important for both the planeo and the boleo. Essentially, they have that in common, and it's really important that we make sure that we have that momentum together, that preparation. Yeah. So let us move on. Yeah,
yes.
We're gonna put our shoes on. We're gonna give you 30 seconds, 1 minute. We have to do the same. Shoes on. In the meantime, I'm telling you that there is, as we say, there is the whole week of planeo and boleo, and all the information that you're gonna find from other teachers is complementary. We all doing the same work, and we kind of fill the whole spectrum altogether. Yeah, 1 second, I'm coming.
Definitely. It's nice with some of sun right now, right? It's good.
It's good time.
Yeah, no, but that's true.
Well,
it's still a bit
here
cold,
I
but
am.
it's nice.
Sorry for the small break.
Yeah, a bit slower.
But we really wanted to do that exercise. We think it's really useful, and it's also really nice. It's as we said, it's fun. It's like a like children game.
Yeah.
And we love that. Good. So now, what we're gonna do is forward arches now, and I want you followers to think, like in your projection, that you're going to step on your, but it's the same game as before. We need really this momentum together, and it's a wave. Actually, once that you have control, you can kind of accelerate it, right? We can play it as we want, and we can take the step and complete the pivot.
Yeah.
So what we're working is with the listening, with that possibility of being connected in a really deep level, making sure that every time we want a projection, it really happens. It's the same backwards. Right? It's the same. I want the same feeling, imagining that I can reach a limit of a projection, and both followers and leaders, can we do this the same way we were doing? We put a little bit of weight there. We show it again. we put a little bit weight. Doesn't mean that we transfer totally, but that helps us to have control where we're going. Then if we go, depends on what we want out of the ocho.
Yes.
There's something that I always say, and it's that the quality of your ocho is going to be directly proportional to the quality of the boleo or the planeo. That means that if the ocho, it's the planeo, it's too. And so the boleo. So it's really important to make sure that we don't underestimate the power of the ocho.
Yes.
Basically.
That's the
Yeah?
bass, and the bass are, of course, the font, it's a roots. We need that.
Good. So we're going to do now what we're going to work with the planeo first, and we're going to add the boleo later. So forward ocho. I want us to be in the situation where the exercise, remember that we fed, the one that we showed really close to the camera. So this is the position where we start. I want this projection. And once I feel that my follower is giving the limit, leaders, I'm taking the opposite direction around my partner. Yeah? Since we're so comfortable, we're able to take really big steps, as you can see. And it's really comfortable, really control. When I transfer weight, she's moving. I mean, we're having really, pretty good control here. Yeah? So you can try it slow. The reason why we have control of that continuous movement is because we reach the limit. And once that you reach the limit, it's really easy to keep it going. Yeah, that's why we don't want to rush the hips followers. Yeah? Let's show the bad way. Can you pass? Sorry. I need to tell her because she's going to do it right. So, can you pass your hips when I take my step to pass the hips like in an ocho? Exactly. If when I take my step, we go again, the hips passes, follower, we're going too fast. Yeah?
Yes,
because
there is no planeo possible.
There is no planeo possible because the planeo is the limit of the opposite direction. Yeah, sorry, I'm going to show it a little bit more better to the camera. Yeah, it's that limit. And once I have that limit, I'm going to able to walk around. Yeah? Until we complete it.
Yep.
We show it again. Yeah, then we didn't stop because, well, it's a killer. I mean, holding the...
Yeah, it is a very good, actually, exercise. Also to do it very slow, the planeo, to be really in control. But it is harder. I mean, every time you go really slow, it is harder because meaning you are together all the time, and that's very beautiful, but you have to control or to be sure that what you're doing every single moment. So it is a bit a challenge when you do it very slow, as we did the first time.
Yeah. So yeah, always try it. Yeah. If you're able to do it slow, it means that you can do it as you want. One more time. And I'm gonna walk forward all the time. Yeah, leaders. This is actually I would consider it as the easiest planeos of all. That's my opinion. I don't know. That's really personal. But I think that you should feel really comfortable with this one because it kind of makes sense, you know, and the positions and then the direction we're doing it. So I think it's a great place where to really start worrying about the quality, since it's not a so complicated movement, or it's not the most complicated planeo. Maybe we can put a little bit more attention on the quality of it and the technique we're using it, the technique we're using for the planeo. One more time, yeah, before we move on. Of course, the planeo can last as long as we want. And now this is something, a small thing that I would like to explain to you all. And is, how do we know how long the planeo is going to last, right?
Yeah.
And this is something that we need to make sure that we understand, leaders, how we lead an ocho and how we lead a planeo, to make sure that we're not mixing those two informations. The planeo occurs because I'm walking around my partner. I mean, she, of course, she's giving me a projection in one direction. And once I have that, I'm walking around her in the same distance, but without moving my torso, without moving my upper body. And if I don't change that, we're going to stay here forever. She's going to finish when I change the direction of my upper body. Yeah, we know ocho leaders. She moved her hips because I moved my upper body. She moved her hips because she moved her upper body, right? It's not a big movement in my upper body, but yet it's enough to indicate to my follower that she's going to move.
Yeah.
That's why in the planeo leaders, we need to be really steady in the upper body, because as soon as we open our upper body, she's going to pivot.
Yes.
Yeah? And that's how we make sure that we're controlling the planeo. I'm watching you. Control your planeo. Don't cheat me. Don't cheat us. The milongas will be open soon, again, one day, I don't know. And we'll be watching you. So good planeos, yeah, people? After this really long lockdown, we have time to practice our beautiful planeos and go out looking good. Looking like a million. Yeah? Good. So now we're going to combine it a little bit with the Boleo, which as we said before, they have a common point, something really that they have in common, and as me moving around my partner. Yeah? It's not me moving my upper body. It's me moving, literally moving. If you should stay there, it's literally me moving around my partner. Yeah? So that's what creates either the planeo and the boleo. So many names, right? Good. So the difference between one and the other, what we're going to do is we're going to take a back boleo. We're going to take a back boleo, and we're going to continue with the front planeo. Yeah? Again, we're going to show it. Boleo and planeo. So the reason why in the first time she's doing a boleo and not a planeo, it's because I'm going opposite and returning. And that's it. I don't continue in that direction. Let us explain it away.
Yeah.
Good. Her hips are moving in this circle, in this direction. I hope you can see it. Yeah. My lead, it's moving in this direction, in the opposite. And it's just for a moment. I go and I return. And that makes the boleo. The fact that I return makes it a boleo. I go, return, and then I start walking around my partner to create the planeo. Upper body, hips, and we're out. Like water. Yeah, I'm talking about water. I need to sip my water.
Okay, good. Just a thing for the planeo also for the follower, because we also have to be strong in our position when we are in the planeo to keep it. And of course, I didn't mention it, but of course, because I'm pivoting on myself, I kind of, now I don't have high heel, but sometimes I have. So of course I use this part of my foot mainly, because if I have in high heel to pivot, I still need to use, it's the same when we do an outro, right? So of course I'm not totally all the weight in all my foot when I pivot. It's more the metatar, so well, I mean, I use also, of course, this part. But yeah, and we still need to keep also a very strong posture when we have it, it's
Maybe we could
there,
show it,
and
imagining that we're there. Boom.
and
This
I
is the
keep
beginning,
it.
right?
I don't move to one side, another, or if I start to lose myself, let's say, then I will also lose my balance, and then we will end up to, yeah, that can happen also sometime when you do planeo at the beginning, which is also,
So I'm just
so
here to help you to show it, huh? You can,
yes, then you can go.
okay.
So I keep, and the idea, of course, it's to keep this this movement very circular and keep my position without tensing, without tension, which is also a challenge at the beginning a bit. I mean, it's just a matter of practice. That's it. That's the only
Yeah,
the
well,
only rule.
something really interesting. What we really practice at the moment of for the planeos is this.
Yeah.
It's really this.
Yeah.
It's to be comfortable here.
Yeah.
Because if I start moving around, then I can easily create that limit, and it comes naturally. Yeah, because we're comfortable. You see, and it's immediate because we're so together that our bodies respond. Right. Today we're doing the other direction. Sorry, we're doing here. But it's the same. We started here. We're comfortable. Then it's how we get the space to walk around each other.
Yes.
Yeah? Sorry. We just wanted to show the detail in what happens in the upper body, because Audrey was explaining really well, right? How is the feeling of it? So go back to the first exercise, like that organic, comfortable exercise.
Definitely feel comfortable.
It
with that,
it will help a lot. Yeah?
because it's also it can happen quite often. Let's say at the follower at the beginning that we tend to tense. It's like, oh, planeo, I'm here, I don't move. So of course, when I say you keep your position, of course you keep it, but in a relaxed way, right? But still with some you here. So there is a difference between that and tensing, because the position is here. I have to keep without falling. That's kind of happen naturally.
Yeah, as a
that's
reaction,
normal. As
right?
a
We
reaction.
tense
It's just
as
normal.
reactions because sometimes we're not that used to
Yeah.
to be close. Basically, it's not easy. We need to relax our shoulders and make sure that we don't relax the arms.
Yeah. So
Yeah?
this exercise is perfect for that. The first. Yeah.
Good. We're gonna show it. We show it really slow. We're gonna show it more or less imagining a rhythm. Yeah. So probably, hopefully, you can see from home that it has a little bit more dynamic. That's because we're clear in the rhythm. We're imagining Tango in our heads right now, and that creates again a different dynamic in the eye, and it creates a really different dynamic in the feeling. One small secret for both leaders and followers. We're gonna do it slow again. So Boleo, and now in this step, my follower has returned her hips, starting projecting, and then it's when I catch, right? Remember that I need to kind of interrupt that moment. If I'm gonna try to do it wrong. Sorry, Audrey, in advance. Leaders, if I go too fast, the planeo will come much later.
Yeah.
Right? It's not that it's not gonna happen, but it's gonna come much later.
Yeah.
So again, I need to let her hips pass. Boleo. She passed her hips. Now we can start the planeo, not before. If you started before, it's gonna take longer to see it. I mean, to make it visible.
Yes, because
right?
What I feel when if it does it wrong, it's then I haven't passed my hips, but at some point I understand. Oh, okay, maybe I should do a planeo. It's just more like mental in a way. I understand afterwards, like, okay, I guess he wants me to do that. Then it takes too long time in a way compared to what.
Yeah, we know that every time when we feel undecisive in Tango, it creates this electricity, right? That I don't know what to do. But it's from both sides. I mean,
Definitely.
I don't think that it's more from one of the roles. No. So in order to avoid that feeling, make sure that we're synchronized and that we're giving time to our follower, and that we're understanding too that our follower needs that time to pass her hips to create a different effect later with the free leg. Yeah?
Yes.
So what we're going to do, we're going to show it with music. Yes? We have Hani today with us in the technical part. Yes? Show an arm. Show an arm. Upper. There you go. There you go. Ah, he's touching me! And he's helping us. He's helping us with the technical part. We're very happy to have him. I hope that everything's going well. It's got it. Are you still there? Ah! Someone's calling me.
We hope.
No, I can't believe it. Yes, here we are again. Sorry, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, honestly. But we have Hani here. He's going to play some music for us. We're just going to show it with a little bit of music. We might slightly change small things, like small details and rhythmically. But it's just because we want to make it look musical, too. Yeah? I hope you enjoyed it.
Cuando dijo adiós quise llorar, luego sin su amor quise gritar. Todos los ensueños que albergó mi corazón, toda mi ilusión cayeron a pedazos. Pronto volveré.
Hello.
Loco ya esperé, pobre de mí. Y hoy que tanto tiempo ha transcurrido sin volver, siento que he perdido tu querer.
And that's it. I hope that you, we were...
Just wait for you.
Yeah, sorry, thank you. Thank you, honey. So, that was it for today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you were following. If you couldn't watch it from 5:30 to 6, then you cannot watch it. No, it's a joke. You can always have it there. There is a lot of videos, a lot of information from other
Definitely.
teachers.
You can have an intensive course with all the
You can
the
definitely do
class.
that.
Yeah, you can do in once.
Just
yeah,
scrolling
hours.
our Facebook page, M2 Tango Studio,
Yes.
and then you will see that we've been working hard during the lockdown, that you have really, really good material, and they're all connected, especially the last 2 weeks. The Boleo week, last week, and this week we had Boleo plus planeo.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's so hard even for me with all these names. So I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you, Audrey.
Thank you.
Thank you, honey.
Germán. Thank you.
And
Honey.
I will see
Thank
you
you for
again
today.
next week.
Bye.
Ciao, 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 ciao.